Hello, my name's Kevin Brooke and I'm a story knight, a knight who tells stories. And today I'm going to read the third instalment from my book, Max and Luchia, the Game Makers. In this part of the story, Max and Luchia and their guiding spirit are just about to enter the game they created in their imagination. And when I've finished, I might ask you a question. But for now, I'll read the instalment. Are you ready? Above the cave was a pair of black, soulless eyes. In the centre of the entrance were two V-shaped stones that hung from the roof like fangs. Can you do that with your fingers? Can you create the fangs? Behind the fangs was a mouth-shaped entrance of darkness. Has anyone got anything useful? Luchia asked. Is this any good? I said, lifting an orange glow stick from my rucksack. I was at the front and Archie at the back. With a sound of crunching stones beneath our feet, we edged our way forward into the gloom. Shh, said Luchia, as though it was my fault we were making a noise. Using the glow stick to light our path, we started to speed up. After a few minutes, we reached a fork in the cave, giving us the choice of two tunnels. One of them headed upwards and the other one down. Which way? Luchia asked. Down, I suggested, not really knowing why. We hadn't gone far and we stopped. I think it because we were all mesmerised by the swishing sound of waves that echoed around us. Can you make that noise? Swish, swish, swish. We need to go up really quickly, I said. Even in the gloom, I could see the glimmer of a white and a pair of bright green eyes belonging to the sea spirits that were racing in our direction. We dashed along the tunnel as fast as we could. And the further we went, the narrower it became as the ceiling lowered and the stone walls closed in on both sides. We rounded a corner only to find we'd reached a dead end. Now what? Said Archie. I looked back along the tunnel. There wasn't just one spirit chasing us now, but three of them, their sting-filled tentacles hanging like ribbons below their cloud-like bodies. As they came closer, I could hear their whispering voices. Capture them. Bring them with us into the deep. Use these, Luchia replied, handing me a narrow brown stick and some matches. Dynamite, said Archie. You can't use that in here. We haven't got much choice, I said, placing the stick on a small ledge on the wall. Stand back. With my hands over my ears, I watched the wick fizz and spark, and then I headed round the corner. I crouched as low as I could and waited. Seconds later, a wall-trembling, ear-blasting explosion echoed around us. At first, all I could see was a thick cloud of dust and smoke, but as it began to disperse, I noticed a large gap in the wall. Come on, I shouted. We'd only just made it through the gap when the ceiling collapsed into a pile of rubble, trapping the sea spirits on the other side. Whew, that was close, Archie said. Luchia was standing, staring. We need to keep going, she said. In front of her, or should I say above her, was a chainmail-covered, oily black body attached to the ceiling. Part man, part vampire. His bulging eyes stared directly at me as its wings lowered, opened, prepared for flight. Can you do that? Can you prepare for flight? Have you got anything else, Max? Asked Archie. I checked my rucksack. Nothing useful. As the dust continued to clear, I noted it wasn't just one set of wings that was opening, but many, many more. There was something else as well. The vampire berserkers were carrying swords. I think we should go, Archie said. Really? I said sarcastically. My turn, said Luchia, grabbing the glow stick from me. Now she's fast, my sister. Really fast, and probably quick enough to outrun a sea spirit or two. Nimble-bodied, wide-winged vampires, however. Now they are something else. Okay. I'm going to stop reading there. I'm going to ask you a question. I wonder, Max and Luchia are in a game they've created from their imagination. And I wonder, what would you do? Which game would you create in your imagination? If you had to create a story, where would you go? What would you imagine? I'll leave you with that thought for now. Because my name's Kevin Brooke. I'm a story knight. And I hope you enjoyed my story.